Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 14th of December, and that means it is House Tours Day. And as planned, we are going to be visiting winter plots today, as we will be doing for the rest of the month, possibly into January. Depends on how many I get through, how many I still have left. There's a lot of winter homes that are still works in progress, and I'm hesitant to try and, to show those off when they're not quite ready. If I get desperate, I might go ahead, especially if they're, public homes. They're up for grabs, so we'll see how that goes. Before we get started, though, just a couple of things. Carbine has officially announced the start and stop dates of Winterfest for this year. It is slated for December 18th through January 1st. So yes, it does start on a Sunday this year. I think that freaks a lot of people out. I'm not sure why, but I think it just happens to land on a Sunday. I think it's pretty much just like it was last year. We've got some dailies that you can acquire. I think it's called Cold Cash, which is the event currency. There's an instance that you can participate in. Of course, there's going to be cash shop bits that you'll be able to dabble in as well. So yeah, there's the dailies. Something new, it says, in addition to all the great deals that you can find with your cold cash from the event vendor, this year they're also offering some of the items purchasable through your holiday currency, which would include the snow globe mount. It looks like a chewable kind of thing. There's it looks like a turret, and then that weird sky remodel that has like the signs, all of the like spam signs, advertisement stuffs. I never really saw a point to that particular one, but some people may like that kind of stuff. So if you didn't get into Winterfest last year, or you just would like some extras, be looking for that on the 18th. That's Sunday. And good morning, Bones. Glad you could join us. And thank you all for the hosting. I appreciate it. And good morning to anyone else that happens to be lurking around. I know there's sometimes some lurkers that like to watch but don't necessarily like to chat. The other thing I want to be sure and mention is that we do have maintenance incoming. It's just the regular scheduled maintenance. It's going to start at 4 a.m. PST, which is 1 p.m. CET time. They're estimating that the downtime will be approximately 3 hours and 25 minutes, so a little bit lengthy. I think most are presuming it's to kind of prep and set up things for Winterfest. They have it all in, and then later they just flip a switch and it's ready to go. So hopefully that goes over smoothly, not too many bumps, especially on a Sunday. Although I kind of prefer that it starts on a Sunday, because usually they'll like kick off an event on Friday, and then we spend the whole weekend fussing because we encountered some bugs or something, and they don't get it fixed until the following Monday. This way, if it kicks off on Sunday, then if there's any kind of problems that we encounter, hopefully that will be sorted much quicker than if we had to wait a whole weekend. So I see the benefits of having it kick off on the 18th rather than the Friday before. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, with all of the experience they've been getting from past events, they've kind of ironed out most of the quirkiness. So just a reminder too, there are currently already some Winterfest decor available. If you go to the front page of the cash shop, you'll see that they have the decor pack cozy decoration set. It's like close to 30 something decor. A lot of the gift bags and boxes, the snow globe, lots of the stockings, that kind of thing. And the other one is the Decor Pack Bountiful Branding, which is more all the Papa Phineas stuff. It's the little disturbing pulsating one. There's the vent feeder, the standee, the turret, the nutomizer, all of those extras, plus a few of the gift bags as well. So if you're looking to get a head start on some of your holiday decorating, this is your opportunity to grab those. I don't know for how long they're going to be available, presumably throughout the holiday, but you know, it's anyone's guess on that kind of stuff. Good morning, Poi. Glad you could join us. Okay, so I know we're kind of starting a little bit early, but got some things I got to take care of today, so I don't want to drag my feet too much. And since I'm up and ready, let's get cracking on this. I know I said winter plots, and probably those of you that are here are going, but Kara, that's not wintry looking. I know, there's a reason for it. The plot is called Four Seasons. It's by Captain Price, a CPT Price. I thought this was kind of a unique approach. I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't want to set up a full plot for every season. You know, maybe they just only have time to decorate one, their main one. Yet they want to have a little bit of every season kind of touched. Well, this is a good example of how you can bring many types of scenery to a single plot. Now, you might not do it exactly like this, but this gives a good idea. I've seen others do it like via biomes, their own little homemade biomes within a house or within a museum or something, to be able to throw in a little bit of Winterfest, you know, winter type stuff, desert type stuff. And this plot does it like full on through the entire plot. Now, I will say I looked all over this place, and I have not found a way to get inside the bunker house if there's even one. I suspect not. Yes, feel free to ask, Poi. Or in landing pads. I don't know. I might have one, actually. I'll have to look through my stuff. I've got like decor floating between too many alts, so I'll have to like rummage through them. Are you looking for a particular number? I might have one or two. That's probably the extent of it, because usually I know I'm really bad, but I sell a lot of that stuff, and I'm not even talking on the AH. I just kind of vendor it. I know that's probably sad to hear, but you know, I think it depends on what they're going for on the auction house as it is. But yeah, I'll check and see if I've got one. So Poi is looking for some Oran landing pads. And good morning, Faye and Cheeky. Glad you guys could join. Okay, so back to the Four Seasons. Basically, this plot is divided into quarters. You have the desert part, the summer section where I'm standing now. You've got the spring section, which you can kind of see where the pine trees and the ginkgo trees are located. There's also a winter section. And then I guess they could just kind of forwent the autumn section and just dropped in their strain season. It's all about Jeremy's over there. So again, the reason I like this is because while some of us are alt fanatics and have the space and the time to dedicate to setting up individual plots for particular seasons to be able to celebrate, you know, whether it be Winterfest or just winter in general. I thought this was a fun idea that someone could run with on, you know, in various ways. Like I said, I've seen some do it via biomes. I want to say that one of the Thade Fest they had a little racetrack set up in different seasons, but it's either that or I've seen another one done that way. But you can see it's basically just a collection of strain items. There's egg sacs and things, pulsating bits for the strain area. Again, I couldn't find any like secret little hidey holes or anything like that over here. in the strain part. But when you cross over to the springy section, that's where you get into some faux houses, which is another plus. And basically, it's like all of these little cabins. You can see they've opted to use a lot of wood materials. There's the dividers, there's the back of the painting portraits, and decking pieces for like the roof and the bottom, I guess you call it the foundation of the house. They've got hammers for the handles on the door. Now this little house, this particular one, is kind of overrun with a little bit of strain. There's some on the roof, but you can see how they even use some of the cellar entrances as filler for the peak of the roof. But again, while there's some debate as to when is a good idea to use faux or not faux, I think these are adorable. I've seen a lot of versions of little cabins and stuff, and this is a really quick way to put one together. It looks nice. They kept it uniform. You know, all of the little cabins have that same little cross at the top. But you can see how, again, they've extended the strain onto the little house. And again, just lots of dividers on the back of the painting, and then the decking pieces for the roofing. Like an abandoned, I don't know, lumberjack village or something. And of course, if we go over here, we've got the summer version, lots of dead grasses, the sandstones, a lot of desert plants. But if we go up, let's see if I can get myself up over here. This is where they put the graveyard, which I thought was a little odd because it's in stone, but they've used the sandbags as the fresh dirt. And I think this is the bottom of one of those Dominion fence posts. I'm really not sure, to be honest, what that is, but I think that's supposed to represent a casket that is about to be buried, using the spade as the shovel. Only had 3. That was quite a few, cheeky. Then we have this little bridge connecting one plateau to another. So they've got some oran pillars and some of those new Osun hanging chains. I think they're like 15 gold a piece off of the housing vendor to kind of lend itself as being supportive to this little kind of bridge thing, a rope bridge style deal. Again, it's mostly just decking pieces. And then you come up on another one of these little cottage type houses. And this one you can actually go inside, so you can get a better idea of what it looks like with the cellar entrances being used as the roofing. You get that funky striped pattern for the ceiling. And this is being used it's like a barn. It's got some hay and some tools and building materials. Seems kind of out of the way for your building stuff, but gives a nice overview of all the different areas of the plot. But it just shows you that, you know, while they chose to make the majority of the houses faux, they could have went and actually, you know, put little furnishings in each one. They just chose not to. And then, of course, the winter section. Gotta have the winter section. Again, using a lot of the snowy plateaus, um, snow-covered rocks. They've got some of the Arctera decor in here. A lot of the pine trees that you can get straight off of the vendor. A lot of the frosted brambles. The same ones we used for the fireplace stuff yesterday. Which reminds me, I still need to post today's Advent thing. Guess I will do that after the stream. Come on, get up there. It's a little slick up here, so be careful if you try and... It looks a little misleading because I think these are the tops of either... Yeah, I think it's the... I think it's called the frozen ledges. Those things have no collision on top whatsoever. You just kind of go right straight through the snow. It kind of behaves like some of the trees that have snow toppings. They just kind of pass right through. But if you meander your way across all of this rock, you'll be greeted with some of the new waterfalls and how they used them on the stones. And this is a combination of obsidian stone. There's some of the purple rock arches. They've got gray stones as well. It all just kind of blends in together. And then they've got this little faux house up on the ledge here. So it's a nice way of, you know, again, these little faux buildings are great if you're doing like a village scene. We've kind of seen it in the past. I think Flood had a good example of that. And a couple other plots where they've got a lot of faux buildings to make it look like a full little village. Is lots of different, again, it's lots of elevations, so they've got one in each little area just about. Again, I don't think there's any little hidden nooks and crannies. I mean, there's some places you can kind of get stuck down in here, I think. But I didn't find any access to a bunker or anything like that. If it's anywhere, it'd be around in here somewhere, I think, but I couldn't figure out where it is. It'd be like right around here. I know a lot of people like to cover up. Oh, wait, was that it? Let me see. Turn around. It'll probably be empty for all I know, but there we go. There is one there. And yes, it's empty. But I know a lot of people will cover it up with a stone or water or something, and then you kind of have to hunt for it. So it's there. It's right under this little purple rock, but there's nothing in it. But I just wanted to show this place not only for the faux buildings, but the concept of having multiple seasons on a single plot. I mean, look at this one. This one's got all the snow clumped up on top of it. That's like not only the, well, I think they're mostly using those frozen ledges because you can go straight through the snow. But you could use snow clumps. You could use snow-top trees as extra little bits if you wanted. Wow, these things are really slick. But how they like to, you know, kind of blend it in. Got a little bit of strain coming in on one side and the snow coming in on the other. I like the idea behind it, even if it's not, you know, elaborately done as some. Well, that's a new character. I've not heard of that one, boy. I'm noting it down just for later. Okay, so that was Captain Price's Four Seasons plot. That's CPT Price. So off we go to the next one. And this is Adder's Snakes plot. They got a thing for snake names. I think I ran across another one. There's something snakes. But this is Adder's Snakes. And this is called a Snowy Brewfest. Again, this one isn't like super elaborate, but again, I like the concept of it. I think someone that has even more time on their hands can really get elaborate with this. So I wanted to show it. Basically, you come in on a rock path. Notice they use a variety of sizes. It's the same stone, more or less. It's the gray stones, and some of it looks like little bitty cobbles, and others are like big boulders. I think they wanted to kind of make it look like a more natural kind of path that happened to be there already, and the little town was built up around it. So straight away, you can see that they too have an elevated little house up there. It almost reminds me of Mount Crumpet or something, like the Grinch is up there looking down on the village. Let's see, let's go this one here. This, I'm not sure what it was supposed to be, you know, what it's meant for. It looks like an office building, but if you go in, you can see that there's like desks in each room. And really not much else. But I love the construction of it, having those extra pillars to add a little decoration to what otherwise might be kind of a drab building structure. Normally I just go for the plain old walls. You can see how this has been split up to have the upper floor, the bedroom. But it's mostly, I mean, it's not even the same materials throughout. I mean, you've got Chua arches, or no, those are granite arches, granite walls, and granite pillars. And you can see just how varied the granite style is. It's like stone, weird stone, and then wood with string. It's not very consistent, you know. That's why a lot of us don't build strictly to a specific specifically named type of decor. We just go for particular textures and colors and things, because then you get this mixed matched style. It's all granite, but it doesn't look the same. It looks patchy. But I like that they managed to find ways to make the peaked roofs. It's usually always a pain. I would imagine they chose to use the triangles first and then just built the roof according to that. It's much easier, as opposed to the way I normally do it, which is I make the roof, the slanted sides, the angle I want, and then I try to patch it in, which is causes more more trouble than it's probably worth. Over here is the church, so you have a little bit of an attached graveyard. And again, the church is using, it looks like they focus on Draken materials, so you've got Draken walls, Draken floors, but the roofs look exile. So there's a little bit of like a bell tower there, I think. A little bit of flashing. If you have that kind of flickering, basically it's like telling you you can't have two different things occupy the same space, even though they're exactly the same. It just kind of works it up. To avoid that, just offset it by like 0.01. Typically, it doesn't leave a weird line. I mean, you can see that there's a bit of a line here, but there's no flickering, and they just need to offset just a little bit to get rid of that. It's just one of the issues with decor overlapping. So in here, it looks like you've got the songbooks here where people can pick them up. Songbooks, I don't know what it is. They got the little candle area where you can light a candle in remembrance of someone. Notice they don't even have it attached to anything. It's just floating boards. Maybe they were planning on building up a little holder for it. Over here, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, a meditation or something, or where they sit and wait till the sermon is over. But I like the simplicity of this. It's just a couple of staircase landings, and then the dresser uses the little pulpit here. And then of course you can go up. Try not to get dizzy going up. Wow, this is really high. Oops. And now we're in the little tower above the church. Notice they're using one of the wind chimes as the bell thing, which is kind of clever because it does look like a bell with like tentacles sticking out of it. It also gives you a little bit of a nice view of the little house on the ledge over there and the little party area down below. The railing's kind of right in my line of eyesight, but with it being a Brewfest kind of scene, I imagine it was designed for Granok size characters, which are slightly taller. So over here is where the Brewfest itself happens. We got a nice, cute little. I love this. Most people don't think about, having a little framework or something set up. They could have layered it with fabrics. I mean, like if somebody wanted like a little tent kind of style, like using some of the towels or the beach towels and stuff would work great for that. Even the curtains, the drapes and stuff, that would work probably if you want some kind of, but I like this little framework. It's simple. It's an excuse to hang the lights. It keeps it uniform. Everything's nicely lined up. And all the tables are filled with mugs. Got a few balloons to make it look like a little party. And again, I love the simplicity of this little decking here. It's just a giant staircase landing. They got their little beer kegs on the side. These are the ones that I don't think you can craft them. I think they're special. It's the half and half. It's the half wood and half metal. These are the only barrels we have currently in game that I can think of that have a little bit of wood in them. If you want to go with all wood, currently the best way to go about that is either, well, probably the best way is just use a couple of the feeding troughs, stick those together, and then you have wooden barrels. They're not tapered like these with the narrow ends. It'd be just one solid, but it works as a completely wood barrel if you're looking for that. And then, of course, you've got the little overlook here. Maybe it's the seat for the beer king or something. It's his little throne. Or maybe it's where the mayor comes and does a speech. I don't know. Could be any type of those things. I wouldn't suspect it's like just to catch a nice scene, because who wants to look at the church all day? I would rather look at this over here. But like I said, maybe it's a stage for those hosting the event or something. Now, the interior of the main house is being used as a kind of storage. So you have a guard outside, and then inside is where they're presumably making the beer, I guess. And see, here's the metal ones. These are the ones you can craft. The silver kegs, I think is what it's called. So like you have the fixins, and then you have the machine, and then it spouts out the actual stuff. You guys are so helpful. Boy's going to have so many orange landing pads. She's not going to know what to do with them all. Notice they did get to use a few of the fab kits. They've got a hot springs one and then the windmill. Now let's see if I can get up to this faux house up here. I call it faux. I haven't actually made it up there before, so let's see what we can. Is it from here? See a building kind of thing over there. Maybe I need to go on the other side. Like do 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 do. Trying to find my way up. No, I don't think this is the way. Now this big mountain thing, that's just one of those Arctera formations. Oh, almost. There we go. I love their towers. At least it's not a spiral one. At least I can handle these type of staircases a lot better than the spiral ones. And I say that having built one of the spiral ones myself. Here's like a great view of the little town below. Probably a nasty fall, so don't go walking off the edge. Then you have this little bitty house. Again, it's a combination of different materials. There's Orin, Exile. A very small little house. Does this even go anywhere? Yep, sure does. Oh, look, they got like access to their cold beer. That's funny. Gotta have the cold beverages. So think of the potential. I mean, you know, if you've got a winter plot in mind, this would be a great little like alpine house, little cottage up above. Have some wintry elements, you know, add some more mountains and stuff, and you have a really great scenery. Looks like they're using one of the Arctera skies, by the way. There's like 3 different versions. I don't know which one's which, but I like how this particular formation just kind of cradles. It's probably a combination of 1 or 2 maybe, but I like how it's like it was built for this little house. That's cute. So that's the Snowy Brewfest by Adder's Snakes. Again, it's maybe not a fully fleshed out build, but I think it has potential and certainly potential to inspire others into some elements that maybe they didn't think about for their particular plot, especially like the Brewfest scene. I like that one. And then this little alpine house. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. Okay, so the next one is, this one's a little trickier to get around. You'll see why once we get into it. This is 99 Snowmen by Oni Koro. There's a lot of clever decor combinations here. I'm not even sure I can name everything that's used. A lot of it's oversized things like giant dressers or giant shelves that are being used as buildings and that kind of thing. You can see like here we have like a kind of a door, a faux door. It's like a number of things. It looks like an exile wall framed by granite pillars. You've got the window, both the regular one and one that's got the, oh, what do you call those things? The little shades. I don't know what they're called. Whoops. And like here, They've got another one. It's like the space taco stand, the top of it. Then they've got the Chua portrait. So it looks like either it's just a little TV screen or it's an actual door that leads into somewhere. I see a little bit of Dominion fencing. There's even, this looks like the top of the Orin tent with the little hugel up there. So there's a lot of layering of items going on. Shutters, yes, that was it. Thank you, guys. Notice even on the makeshift bulletin board, it looks like they've added some posters. So it's, again, they've added their own touches to so many of these things. This is the, I think that's the taco stand as well. It's the top of the sign. Just added it in. The building itself is pillars and Draken walls. Got some stepping stones here. And look at the little lop snowman. They've got, let me get this way. They got a carrot plushie for his nose. They even added, I think they added this for some of the Shades Eve stuff, and they've got like the pumpkin candy bowls on the Wolverine's head with a little bit of grass to really make him look kind of scary, hairy. But there's just tons of weird combinations of things, and so again, this is one of those plots that you could visit multiple times and find something new to that grasps your attention. Like something as simple as this bridge. Those are all white picket fences and the posts for this cute little bridge. And here we've got a little penguin going on. It looks like hugel statues with a carrot plushie for his nose. Looks like chunks of ice, and I don't know what's being used for the pupils of his eyes. Looks like maybe frying pans, actually. Or it could be some vent tanks. Snow clumps for his body and the whites of his eyes. And then I don't know, is this his like penguin babies or something? They're like in little eggshells. Hey Rhoda, glad you could join. So lots of cute little ideas. Here's another little snowman. He's got his little beer tree. Maybe it's an umbrella. Got mechanical arms. Looks like a glass for his hat. No, that's a file. That's a short file. Well, I think it's a snow penguin because he's like built out of the snow. But I think it's cute. Let's see, let's go into this shop, I guess. We got the big, again, there's a lot of oversized items here. You can see reinforced walls. There's some signs, pillars just laying across, and these look like crystal formations. If I can even get myself up there, get up there. The giant gears, I want to say those are some kind of weaponry, like maybe the Exile cannon or something that has all this mechanical. Here's a giant Orin cuckoo clock with the cuckoo that comes out every now and then. Like, I don't even know what most of this is. Like, this is something oversized. It looks like the light bulbs on the bar. And this path here, those are a couple of dressers. This is a giant table. You got a big pile of bricks here for all of the red. I don't know if this is like some kind of a stage or what. And then you got like, here's like a crane game. I got all these little plushies and stuff in it. It's just a strange collection of, never noticed that that actually has a word on it. It says Contessa. That's interesting. I never blew it up. Low shine. Anyway, like this is a giant orange chair, and they're using that as like the entrance. So they got gear trophies for those little bits there. Some crazy combinations of stuff. There's an exile rug on top of the table. There's another cuckoo clock. I think this is supposed to be where they assemble some of the stuff. I really have no idea. It looks like miniatures. They could get a little mini snowman here. And looks like the Yeti's trying to decorate the tree. And like some of that's like white drapes. That's the dresser here, the orange dresser. Upside down, in fact, because it's got the little feet showing. The justice window. And then here's like a little, I don't know, you put in a coin and maybe the little bunny moves around or something. A strange little deal. But that's like a combination of walls and there's a dresser there, the golden arrow, lots of the red drapes. It's just an odd collection of stuff. Like here, they've got the one of those winged urns that you get from Shades Fest, Shades Eve, and they've put a Hugel statue on top of it. So it looks like he has purple wings. Same way here, they've got one of the Mulgrave lops with one of the Chupacabra things attached, and it makes it look like he's got a mustache or something. It's like little lop disguises. Here they all have plushies attached to them, or this one's got like a combination of a taurine helmet with some flowers, little pillow for the ring around his neck. This one's got a sword and shield and a bowl for a hat. It's a strange little deal. This here is a Orin table, the tree table. I like this little curtain, that's part of the bed, the giant, it's a giant Orin bed. So here's like one of the helper elf robots carting around some of the plushies. That's a really giant clock, and the little golden part looks like the, oh, what do you call it? The ornate cabinet, I think. So here's the little workshop where they're putting together some stuffs. See if I can get in here and see what this is. That's like, there's the toilet. That's the Flush-O-Matic 5000 in there. There's a Dominion emblem. There's a the fancy bar. It's probably not the name. Charming bar. That's the name of it. The Dominion banner. There's, I think that's some kind of a pod. One of the cryopods open. I mean, look, that's a skull with a couple of exile signs for his eyes there. And this guy's getting zapped or something. And then it carries on into here. Somebody's been drinking a lot. It's just a really, I think you could easily get lost in here as to what's all. We'll come back to that one. I think we've reached the end of this part. Yeah, it's a whole little factory of little robots working the machinery, making the plushies, and then they cart them off. Oops. Ugh, get up there. Okay, we saw that. Let's go back out this way. Now, if we go under this part of the bridge, you have to remember to turn around and look back. Because there's the nice big choo-choo train. I mean, we made a train for one of the advents. This outdoes it by far. But again, it's made up of so many pieces. You've got the little tunnels for the train. Those are just oversized keyhole windows. That's how you get this weird, shiny black hole kind of thing. It almost reflects what you see behind you. It's used for both ends. The track itself is again white picket fences and posts. So there's another one of the keyhole windows right here. The train itself, oh my gosh, where do I start? This is one of those Protostar, I think it's the humidifier. There's a little bit of string lights here and there. This is the corrugated container. There's several of the Protostar panels for the wheels. There's a rain gutter, some wall-mounted generators. I see some weaponry here. Looks like some of the cannons for that little orange lighted bit. The Exile bunker, the Dominion generator. There's this, I think this big red round thing here is the barrel of, what's that thing called? The barrel of no-no? I'm sure that's not the name. Thank you guys for the hosting. I appreciate it. This looks like a Dominion landing pad. This here, this bottom part where the red is, that's one of the rusty fuel pumps, I think. Barrel full of danger, that's what this is called. It's also got the Granock faux hatch as the front with Chua spotlight for the headlight there. This is, I think it's the chimney piece, and then for the smoke they're using the blue flare. You know, if you don't want that bright light shining, now we have lots of smoke options, but at the time I think this was the only available bit. They even have the toilet in here again. You can actually go inside it. So you got the little control room using a detonator for the little doot doot, and then even a, I think it's one of the chimes, the rusty chime. Little bit of Ichthian stuff going on here. A lot of pieces. Again, I'm not very imaginative when it, I mean, if they just threw these pieces into a room and said, make a train with it, I'd be like, what? I can't do that. I have to really, I don't know, this, I just don't see that stuff. But notice all of the icicles and things hanging from the bridge, all those little added details. Over here we've got a couple, a snowman couple, one offering his nose to the other, I guess. the center of the village is the little giant tree decorated with all sorts of things. There's files, there's pumpkins, there's string lights, there's the Protostar Winterfest lights. They've got it lit up pretty good with all of the spotlights around it. And then if you look up, I don't know if we'll get a good close view of it, but if you look up, there is, of course, the glowy-eyed WildStar statues pulling a toy Aladdin sleigh up above. You can see that the presents are kind of like coming off. It looks like Giggle Me Gaffo is at the reins. I will try and get up there so we can see a closer look at all that's going on up there, but you can see there's a variety of gifts, and they're like the size of the people. So there's some awesome gifts. They're like huge. Let's go off to the side here. So these banisters here, those are presents, just upside down presents. All these weird little lamp posts, those are presents at the bottom, beer cans, and then topped with a lamp. So it's a really cute way of making a holiday kind of version of a lamp post. I like how they made the Phineas snowman to make it look like he's showing off the beer. It's actually one of those other signs stuck inside him. I think that's pretty clever. So I presume this is the bar area. Yeah. So again, just strange combinations of things. You got tables, the gold arrows, and then the white pillars for this little, presumably, I don't know if it's like the bar, the DJ thing. I don't know what that is. Lots of different rocks. There's like little bits of the, what do you call it? Cellar entrance. And then you've got this giant, like, aquarium thing and this croc monster. That's the best I can call it. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. It's got like weird aloe tentacles. It looks like part ship, but it's got like the gar face. It's got some pig cheeks. It's actually the pig platter like ×3 to make his face look all bubbled up. A few of the strain eyes to give him some creepy eyes. He's got like the spore, the green spore that you get from Shade's Eve, like a little clump of hair. He's got the razor leaf that looks like it's, I don't know if those are supposed to be long ears or whiskers or what. It's just a really weird looking creature. They're even using part of the, I think it's some of the nautical furniture. It might be part of the boat, the bed there, but it looks like a little squid up there. It's just a strange little deal. And this looks like it's one of those knock 'em, rock 'em little games where they battle it out. We got this set up as a dance stage. It's one of those Winterfest emblems. And then a fence post or gate post, I think it's called, with some of the technophage stuff lighting it up. I don't think we're supposed to go back there. A lot of this is kind of hard to tell where you're supposed to go and where you're not supposed to go because there's a lot of gaps between some of the things. Like this is the main house. If you go inside it, it's like they're working on setting up a, a scene of some sort. There's like a holiday tree here. It's like upside down, one of those goo-goo uh, hatchery things. They've got some buoyant blue crystal inside the tree and got different kinds of lanterns lit up, make it all nice and sparkly. But it looks like they're like trying to either break off the rock or the ice or something. Maybe I'm not sure what they're doing. And then here I have absolutely no idea what this is supposed to be. But they have a lot of animations going on. It's almost kind of tough to look at. I don't know if it's like some zap place where you get teleported to some place else, or it's a dance floor. I have no idea, but it's very colorful. That's all I can say. Looks like part of an exile bed. I see some creepy tree stuff, some technophage stuff, and I don't know what else. It's just really hard to look at. And again, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, if it's just their little wall of honor kind of thing. It's just a bunch of boss heads. But that's a giant Dominion dresser there, I think. Probably one of the most adorbs thing here is the Up House. I think that's what it's supposed to be reminiscent of. If you've never seen the little animated film Up, then you should. It's a little bit of a sad tale, happy tale, but this is what this reminds me of because of the balloons. Not only that, but the coloring of the house. It's just made of all different materials. But how cute is that? I mean, who wouldn't want to live in it? There's tablets, the tablet computers. There's Draken fencing. There's Orin dressers. There's crates used for the windows with windows actually inserted to look like the windows. Decking pieces. There's white picket fence for like the trimming on the roof here, and the little veranda or whatever you want to call it. There's bricks, staircase landings, and you can even go inside it. And they got this cute little setup. They have the husband and wife's chairs, one made out of just Chua pillows. And the little fireplace, it's just a smattering of the brick. It's just the bottom of the brick pile. Just an indication that that's what it is. And then I love the little, I think this is supposed to be the phonograph player. Looks like a Chua desk. And then they've got a technophage platform, and then a bucket as the little speaker part. Now, probably a lot of people right now would be using the, I think it's called the standing pipe that comes from the Palavar Point Daily. It looks like a gramophone little speaker thing. But yeah, I thought this was cute. I think it's one of the microphones, the caroling microphone. That's why you're getting the little music symbols. And there's actually a little gap here, but I don't think you're supposed to go inside there. But I thought that was a really cute little mishmash of pieces. A really cute little house. There are a couple of fab kits here. You've got the vending machine, you've got the snowblower one. For the challenge. Let's see, over here, don't remember what was over here. The arrows, that's just the octopus neon sign. And it's just pushed down so you just see the arrows. A lot of people have been using that for like their Dance Dance Revolution games and things like that. It's really good. This here, I think it's the top or side of the locked exile chest with a file stuck in to make it a shiny floor. You've got some exile screens on either side. You've got the little bot with a couple of ladders, and he's painting the new poster. And then in here, I honestly am not sure how they put this together. I don't know if it's one big piece for the dark squares and then lighters, or no, not lighters, the air conditioners for all of the individual little yellow ones. It looks to be that way. So it's like one giant maintenance platform for the dark, and then they just put in those golden air conditioners to make the golden squares. But it looks like a shop in progress. You can see how they've put up a glass panel and then attached the 4 shelves, and then they look like they're getting ready to put up some more as well. This, honestly, I have no idea what this is. Possibly one of the tree shelves, oversized, and you just see a part of it. And they're using a plate for the shelf down here for the different gifts. Notice this little rain, like fanned mark. That's giant beer cans for that little archway there. Looks like some, yeah, it just looks like the cans. Just oversized there. For here, it looks like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I see a book end here. This, I think, is the end of the Alchemist book stack. It's got a couple of those bottles on the side, and they've just hidden, that's probably why you see the book there. It's like a little shop kind of thing. Some pressure dividers and such to block off this area. I love the floor though. Kind of dark looking, but again, that flashy bit, this whole thing I think is Protostar platform thingy. It's the same thing that they use for the wheels for the train, and then they've added it's like a metal bowl and a couple of looks like portable planters. Looks like this here is one of those uncommon rectangular windows. There's a Chua desk. It looks like a couple of the ships, the Protostar ships, being used as the structure of this building. And there are several Protostar guys strung around here. I think, let's see, there's a giant Yeti in this one. I think he's by himself. Then you go into the woods and you find a Protostar guy. Looks like he's wearing a little fur coat. It's basically just one of the Malvarine plushies. And it's being, just stuck on him, so it looks like he's wearing it. And then over here, you've got the Winterfest House Fab Kit, which I do believe it's empty inside. We'll go ahead and look, but I'm pretty sure it's empty. But he's got this one, and he's got like an afro hair, and it's just grass. It's a really funny look, but I think that's what it's supposed to be like. And he's also wearing another one of the Malvarines, just a different color to make it look like a winter coat kind of thing. It's kind of funny stuff. Enter. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the inside of this place, it's got one little creepy dude hanging on the wall, but it's a pretty big space. It looks small until you start dividing it up into rooms or sections, and you can see just how much space it's. I equate it to if you have the haunted house fab kit, it's basically, I think, the same amount of space. It's just that the door entrance has got a little bit of a staircase instead. But I think whatever you can squeeze into the one, you could manage in the other as well. I got the Ferris wheel fab kit. I'm not actually going to run on that, but I try and get to some of this other. Again, this looks like a partial uh, carnival ride type of thing. They've got the dreg windmill to give that animation as if it's actually going around and around. It's just an oversized Orin lamp for the cover. The Winterfest gate posts, and then they've added the little ships, and I'm sure that they're planning to go all the way around with that. Hey, there's one of those Orin landing pads. Maybe you can steal it from them. If we go down underneath this, you'll see that they have the fireworks fab kit here, where you can trigger it. If you go above, then you come up on this little stage area, and they've got, it looks like their version of the Nutcracker going on. I think that's what it's supposed to be. So they have like these little VIP seats, and then just all sorts of stuff going on. I honestly don't know what all's here. It looks like caroling microphones on either side, some Dominion bunkers on either side as well. You've got Dominion bench for the stage front, and lots of these red drapes and red shop awnings to make the curtaining. Let's see if I can get a better view. You've got the holographic shop sign plus a couple of the octopus ones as well. Some pillars for some of the framing. And then the stage itself is a Dominion conference table. Gives it that nice marble look. For the little bunny, girl bunny here, they've got the it's just the pink or purple lop. She's got a red bow in her hair with the teal flowers as well. For her skirt, that's the top of one of the mushrooms. I think it's the dream cap one, with an added a little bit of like canary flowers to add some decoration there. And she's got the discarded bra as well, just to kind of help signify that it's a girl there. For that smoke effect, again, I presume it's another one of the blue flares. This part here looks to be like a combination of taurine bits, the heart collection table, one of the landings. For the little Nutcracker mouse guy, it's actually one of the mouse heads. It's got a Chumbacambra head underneath for his teeth. Chua pillows for his jacket, and bananas, it looks like, for the buttons or markings on his jacket. The Protostar bombs for his shoulders, cans for his arms. I'm not sure what the... I know the sword is the actual, I think it's the pirate saber. For his legs, it's vent tanks. And of course, for his helmet is another Chua pillow. For his collar, that's one of the charming bars. You'll see these like little bits here that's part of the Chumbacambra thing. It has those antlers, so it's kind of sticking out. But if you kind of look past that, it's a pretty fun way of putting together some stuff. Kind of creepy. He's got a cheesy smile there. But very cute for a little Christmas Winterfest scene. Okay, let's see. We saw the train. Don't think we've been in here. This is an oversized orange dresser cabinet thing, wardrobe, I think is what it's called. You can see they were turning this into a house of some sort, using the heart lamp as a chandelier. There's a lot of stuff going on this plot. They've got the little cave here, which has like a little mini boss as the critter. This, I think, is one of those falcon bowls, and using it as the innards for this particular. Again, I have no idea what it's meant to be. I don't know if it's like a water tower or what. I mean, like there's the nautical wheel, there's a spotlight in it, there's pillars. But I don't know if it's supposed to be something specific. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any spot that I'm missing. There's a dude stuck in the snow. Always got to have one of those. You can see they used a lot of the glacier pillars for their landscaping, all of these different formations here. Yeah, you can see how that one's using two of the smaller versions of this for the sides and then using a big one for the top. Again, there's a lot of decor combinations I would never have even considered. And that's why coming to places like this is so helpful. It spurs a lot of ideas. And they really had fun with the creatures, because here's the one that's up here. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. It looks kind of like a rooster, a wacky rooster, but like there's so many things going on. It's got like a ship, one of the bronze ships for the body. There's like the grass weeds for the arms, and it also has the Chua Tech arms for the mechanical bits underneath. There's one of the Moody masks, but also the horns of the what's that thing called? Is it elder horn? Looks like an elk or something. It's the horns of that for like the tusks. And then he's also got a bit of strain for his tail, which is really weird. And a little bit of wheatgrass for some extra feathers or something. It's just a really weird looking creature. I have no idea what it's supposed to be, like the Grinch, their version of the Grinch or something. I have no idea. But Krampus, you think it's Krampus? I have no idea what that's supposed to be about. But yeah, it's kind of creepy weird. But again, it's fun combinations of items. That's what I like about it. Let me see. Is there anything I'm missing? Because again, it's going to be easy to miss stuff in here because there's so much going on. I see like there's something up here, but I don't know if I'm supposed to get up to it or not. I know I wanted to get a closer look at the sleigh, so let's see if I can get up there somehow. How I might do that, I'm not quite sure. Ugh. I'm like the worst at jumping, so forgive me for the poor skills here. Ugh. Like that one piece is like blocking it. Let me try again. I can't even do the first part. Ah. There we go. Okay, you think I can make it over there? Let's try it. Oof, almost fell. Okay, so let's see what Giggle Me Gaffo has got in store over here. The craft itself looks to be like one big bag of the bag of pearls with the helicopter sandwiched in there somewhere. I mean, you can see kind of like the engine parts and the landing gear. There looks to be like a Dominion emblem also stuck in there somewhere. I see an Osun drum for the front being used kind of like the reins that attach the reindeer to the rest. There's some sandbags as well. And then, you know, of course, a variety of gifts sandwiched in the back. There's a Dominion shield for the glass there. For the WildStar, they added a little moose head thing on the front to give them extra antlers, and then added some windows for their eyes. And then this one, I'm gonna miss it. Whoops. That one has like a variety of like backpacks and rolled sleeping bags for like some extra stuffs. I don't know if you guys got a good shot of that, but I think that's probably pushing it for me. For me, I don't know if I can get back up there. But yeah, just a lot of clever decor combos. I mean, who would think to use like here you have the dresser upside down being used as a building, and then the chairs as extra decoration. I don't think I ever would have thought of using a lot of these combinations. And I really like the tunnels from the keyhole windows. It's a really creepy looking hole, but I think it works really good. It's Krampus the Anti-Santa. I know there's supposed to be some kind of film about it, but again, I've not watched it. I'm not really seen any of the reviews over it or anything. Excuse me. So that is 99 Snowmen by Oni Koro. Again, apologies if I missed anything. It's not my intention to do that. It's just, you know, I kind of go where I think I've not been, and I think I covered it all, most of it, if not. Of course, you know, any of the plots that we visit, I strongly encourage, if you have the ability to get to them in person, do so. You won't be disappointed. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. Oh, is it? Well, it's good to know. I think it was like, isn't it like supposed to be like a sci-fi horror kind of thing? It's not really my style of film anyway, so. Okay, the last place we got up is